Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. Day 2 of our squat cycle. 3 mobilizations today. First, banded hip extension. We're going to see that one again. Same thing we did yesterday. Second, good old-fashioned couch. We're going to go ahead and tie that piece in to that big anterior structure. All of those anterior structures. And finally, we're going to work a little bit on flexion to improve that end range. What we see is that athletes are missing flexion. They're working too hard and they break position. So, position number 1. Back in to that band. I know you love this from yesterday. You may be a little bit sore. Fantastic. Wind that hip up behind you. Internally rotate that leg. And then if we can floss in and out. Our definition of flossing is that we take a joint to an end range in a good position and we try to create small movements in that end range where we really end up biasing that tissue. This, I've noticed, helps a lot to keep my torso upright, and it adds a vector and makes this load much worse than my hips. So it's an easy way for me to kind of continually load, press into the corners, start really exaggerating these different rays and vectors, and you'll be like, oh, that's where I think I'm going to explode. So hang out there. Second piece, the couch. Whoa. Walk it on over to your favorite wall. Knee goes to the corner. Now we've been really working on hip extension, so it's mainly the second piece I want to camp out on. Where I squeeze the butt and try to prep up. Keep your hands on your rib cage, stay tight, and let's contract, relax here. Right, driving the knee into the ground, release. Go a little bit further, drive the knee into the ground, release. And as a test, retest, notice if you did this out of sequence, you'll find is that if you haven't opened up the hip first, you're going to probably see a lot more stiffness here. If you've opened up the hip, then you'll probably just find some distal quad tightness. Last piece, we're going to walk back over after 2 minutes of that business. We're going to work on pure hip flexion, but flossing flexion. So I'm just going to hook the band through, run that hip out, a couple 100 pounds of tension, and I'm just going to go ahead and floss into those ranges. Again, what's happening is the hip is in a good position, and then I'm just going to unglue that high hip hamstring and just floss. And I'm going to go like 30 or 40 where I want to flex the quad and take myself to end range. Pretty high neural tension here, but I want to have the quad on with the hamstring in good position. Sometimes people feel like they can't finish the end of their squat. No wonder, the hamstring's locked off. They can't turn it off. So I'm just going to floss in and out of here, 30 or 40. See you guys tomorrow.